Good afternoon and welcome to Thankful Thursdays. I'm so glad to be here with you today and to take a little time to remember that each day is a blessing and Thursdays are thankful special days. First thing every morning before you arise, say out loud, I believe, I believe, I believe. I receive. How sweet is that? To open your day up with this beautiful awareness that there is a power and a presence within you that sparks your life in such a way that you need only speak it out, and it is so. And with that being said, we have a beautiful angel with us today that I am so happy to share with you. We're going to bring in my sweet friend and wonderful, divine, spiritual teacher, Margot Alora. Hey, Margot.
No, good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad that you said yes. So, right off the top, let me just get this out that this Sunday, we have the divine pleasure of having Mo be speaking at both of our gatherings, 8:30 and the 10:30. And now we are streaming both of the gatherings. So really excited to have that our 8:30 gathering, which is very meditative and relaxing and contemplative, and then 10:30 with the band rocking it, so shocking it out. And
Yes.
so Margot will be speaking this Sunday because it is our wonderful Mystic Sunday and the Psychic Healing Fair. Um, I'll put that little flyer up for people to see. That will take place from 1 to 4. The Psychic and Healing Fair will take place from 1 to 4. And Mystic Sunday, that is Margot that will be speaking.
Yay.
Wow. I got off. So, Margot, you just got back from a trip. Where did you go?
I went to Mongolia.
What?
That's a very, well, I shouldn't say small because it's actually large, but it's a large mass of land with people less than what we have in California. And
Wow.
we're between China and Russia.
Oh,
It's a marvelous country. The people are fabulous and they live close to the land in many ways. So that was
mm,
a spiritual, a new dimension of spirituality for me.
mm. I
Yes.
bet that was really nice. I know you shared a brief story about a shaman that you met there. I mean, and it always just opens my heart when we are in places where there are shamans and they're honored and people
Mhm.
respect them. What was
Yeah.
that like for you?
Actually, I had two different experiences, but the first one, she, just like any spiritual leader, probably, they look just like anybody else. And then, wonderful spiritual things happen. And in their culture, she wears a garb that
Okay.
covers her eyes. And it's not a mop, but it's that kind of material there. And then heavy, heavy garments, and then portraying snakes. So,
Really?
yeah, it was, and we were in a gur, which is a round building, and they had me sit on a stool that was about 6 inches off the ground because they usually sit on the ground. So there was,
Ah,
and I was an honored guest. There was no other person from the West there.
wow.
And as she did her ceremony, she did it with such grace and differently than the ceremonies that you and I have probably seen. So
Yes.
she used cigarettes, and it was a smoke. That was very important. I don't think she inhaled. I don't know, but it was the
Was it a
idea.
funny cigarette?
And it was and vodka to keep the energy coming. and
Okay.
she transformed into the entity that she wished to bring in.
Oh,
And
wow.
then she always required whether you spoke the language from Mongolia or not. She always had a translator saying that in their religion, they could bring in someone that would bring wisdom, but that wouldn't bring it in their language. So there's a
Oh, okay.
translator, and then that translator translated to me, and
Wow.
it was my experience was deeply that there is only one, and there was no fear. I mean, because there's just one creator, showing up in many ways, like the mountains and the ocean. Well, also we have spirituality that shows up, and she brought in two different entities, and they were powerful, but they were not. I didn't feel pushed away. I just felt the
Okay.
power of her bringing in these other entities. And then
Mm.
she gave messages for people in the GUR and for me about peace and about me following my path and not
Oh,
getting off my path. And it was in Western terms, it would be a long night because I think we're there from around 8 till around 1. But
oh,
but
oh
that's
my.
a different culture.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
made
yeah.
it. And the second
I,
one, oh, can I just tell you the second one?
yes,
Yeah, we were
yes.
out on a meadow, and we had a lovely fire, and the fire has to be made out of horse dung. Is that the right word?
Oh,
Stuff.
manure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
horse manure. And then you look at the fire that's beautiful, and you can either get messages there or through the shaman. And she brought different entities from the nearby mountain. And she brought in a bull, and you knew the bull was there. And she brought in a
Whoa.
snake, and she was on the ground. It was magnificent. To
Now, were both of the shaman women, or was it
Yes,
the same woman?
yes, no, they were both women.
Oh,
And I
wow.
meant to ask if there were some men shaman. I don't know.
No,
I,
that just goes to show that my first association was with a male shaman. But I'm
really?
sure, yeah, yeah. I think how beautiful that is to have women showing up and representing that. And you yourself, you have worked with the other side of the veil
Hmm.
for a very long time. You work with the angels.
Yes, yes. And it is interesting that you said male and female because primarily the leadership in the spiritualism religion has been female. I mean, there are
Really?
occasionally men that can do this, but it's primarily been female that have gone into this realm of the connection that is the understanding that life is everlasting, therefore communication can be everlasting.
Yes, yes. And it makes sense. I mean, women, we carry the womb to give birth to
Mhm.
something new. Um, um,
Mhm.
that's amazing. Let me just pop up that this Saturday you are doing your third Saturday with the Angels.
Yes.
It's a really beautiful experience. Um, for those in our community, you have been doing this for how long now?
Oh, I think around 18 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So just a little while, just a
Yeah.
little while.
Just a little while.
And what called you to do that, to open yourself up to the angels in this way?
Uh, Actually, in Colorado, I was meditating because that was, in the 80s, and that's what people were doing and meditating. And I started getting sporadic messages. And one message
Mm.
was that I was complete with my teaching credentials and teaching career, and that
Oh,
it was time to add, and the word I heard was God. It's time to add God to your life. That's what I heard.
Oh,
And I'm very
wow.
auditory. That's how I get messages. Somebody
Yes.
else might feel them or see them.
Right.
And so I did not know where I was going or what was going to happen. But then my mother was ill in San Diego, and I moved here to take care of her. And
Mm.
Kathy Hearn was having classes at Pacific Church of Religious Science. So I took those classes, and Fraternal Spiritualist was having classes. So I ended up taking classes in both those philosophies that just mesh beautifully. And
You
that was
know,
the beginning.
that's so beautiful. I think one of the things that I love about our teaching is that it welcomes all, that it's not uh, a solo teaching that this is the way, this is the only way.
Right.
That's so beautiful. And you are a great example of that, of honoring spirit, God, light, angel in every capacity. I
Yes.
think that's just really super powerful. So, how long have you been with Universal Spirit Center?
Um, well, I was there the first day that he had his talk. That he
Get
had.
out!
Yeah, I was in the front row. And and we have a saying that the universe conspires for our good. And
Mm,
I had 2 weeks earlier decided to no longer go to the spiritualist church, that I was complete
mm.
there. So I was like, okay, I'm complete. Now what? And then Reverend Kevin and Guy opened up this facility, and I just moved right in. So it was
Nice. So, yeah,
it was a gift from God. I believe.
21 years because we're getting ready to celebrate our
Yeah,
21-year anniversary.
yeah,
How sweet is that?
yeah.
So, what would you say to people out there that, they're looking, they're searching, they're seeking to find a way to find their spiritual connection, to get connected, to be thankful on a Thursday
Mhm.
or a Wednesday? Just what would you say to someone that's seeking?
Mm.
It's a lot of question.
Well, you know what I was privileged to share in Mongolia, which was sort of new for me to step out a little bit, in a foreign country. I talked to people about energy, and that
Mm,
one way to look at it is it can be horizontal energy, which is past and future, but vertical energy, which is right here in the present. And
mm,
so I talk to people about this is where you want to be because it's a centering, it's a way
mm,
to know yourself, it's a way to stay out of cultural things or other people's demands as you center. So if you're looking for something, come from your own center, not your
mm.
past who says, there's sin or whatever, or not
Right.
your future, but from the centering that is embraced and embracing a loving presence, a loving creator, and then
Mm,
open up to your own divinity. And as that opens, I believe the universe conspires for your good. And the teacher will arrive like two of them did for me.
and like you have done for so many,
Mm.
I so many in our center that have gone to Angels. I know you do it twice now, the first Saturday and the third
Mhm.
Saturday of the
Yes.
month. Talk
Yes.
about how your your gift helped them shift
Mm.
their awareness and also to be receptive to what is possible.
Yes. Yes.
And that is such a powerful, powerful gift. That's something to be really thankful.
I
Really.
am thankful for that. Yes. I am thankful. I believe each morning I open up with gratitude.
Mhm.
It's part of my opening my eyes.
I love that. How is that? That's something that the reading that I would pick today was first thing every morning before you arise, say out loud, I believe, I believe, I believe.
Yes.
And I added, I receive.
Ah, because that's true too.
Yes.
That's true too. Yeah.
So I know you're excited about this Sunday.
Yes.
The psychic fair, I'm very excited about. As far as I know, Universal hasn't had a psychic fair before.
That's my
And
understanding. Yeah.
yeah, and we have probably 14 or 15 vendors
Yes.
doing different things. Are you going to have a table? I didn't know if you were doing angels.
I'm not planning on it because
Yeah.
I don't want to commit to something after doing the two talks.
I,
I
but also,
huh?
the 21st is somebody's birthday.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we must have room for that
Yeah.
celebration.
And I want to go around and be with people that are opening up to receiving either a tarot reading or a massage, and talk to them about their receptivity, and talk to them about when you receive, you do give back to the person that are giving to you. I
Yes.
can't wait to facilitate more give and take and thankfulness, during that very special occasion for us.
That is so super awesome. So, Margot, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on. I'm just going to pop up here once again. This is this coming Sunday, the 21st. We will be in North Park all day. But the Psychic and Healing Fair will start at 1 o'clock. Margot will be speaking. That's this Sunday at both gatherings. Come and have just the nectar of this divine angel that shares with such love and grace. Would you pray us out?
Sure.
Ah.
Dearest beloved God, dearest beloved Creator, we are praying out ourselves actually into your embrace once more, for we know there is no separation. There is no you and me. There is us. There is God's life that is my life, and my life that is God's life. And as we inhale and we exhale, we have such thankfulness and gratitude to be here now, to be the presence of love and joy and peace and wisdom. And in deep gratitude, we are thankful for Thankful Thursdays. Dearest Divine, in deep gratitude. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, my sweet angel. This has been a joy to be with you. And I will see you Sunday.
Yay.
Peace and blessings.
Peace
Thank
and
you all for being with us. We'll see you next week on what?
Thankful Thursdays.